So, welcome back. I hope you have enjoyed your coffee and the little pastries, and we are back with energy to continue to hear about the stakeholders in our innovation ecosystem. So now, after this break, I would like to introduce to you Joan, Director of International Development and R&I Policies at Eurecat, who will present our next panel. Yeah, thank you, Joan.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you everybody for being here. Please join me in applause to welcome Pere, Vila, and Jorge Garcia to this session. So, you know, I was born in Barcelona a long time ago. And I was born in a small street close to Picasso's museum and very close to the old cathedral of the city, Santa Maria del Mar. So since I was a child, culture, heritage, arts were surrounding me. Maybe that's why I then jumped to engineering and I become too mechanic and Cartesian oriented. But fortunately, after several other experiences, life gave me this opportunity to participate in this initiative, the EIT Culture and Creativity. And it is my great pleasure today to be here. I would like also to take my golden minute to congratulate the whole team that is making this event possible. So as Patricia has said, I am working at Eurecat, but this is not of your interest now. What is interesting for you is what we are going to see and hear from these two gentlemen. First of all, it will be Dr. Pere Vila, who will make his presentation, and then it will be Jorge. So let's start with Dr. Vila. He is the Director of Technological Strategy at Spanish Radio and Television Corporation, RTVE. He holds a doctorate degree in telecommunications engineering by the Universitat Politécnica de Catalunya, and he also holds a master in business administration by ESADE Business School. He is currently the Director of Technological Strategy, and he is going to explain and to share with us some interesting real success stories that they are facing and they are now implementing. So, okay. Pere, please.
Can you give me
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning. I'm trying to explain and to share with you the experience of Radio Televisión Española, in fact, Spanish experience in the area of use of artificial intelligence in the area of audiovisual companies. The first idea is that artificial intelligence is now here. In fact, RTVE is working with artificial intelligence from the year 2018. We start working with the Universidad Autónoma de Barcelona, and we have done a start presentation, I think, 5 years ago in la Casa de la Convalescencia. And in this moment that artificial intelligence is exploding socially, in fact, in our work, we are using now from 3 years or 4 years from now in several specific ideas or things. I'm trying to do an overview. I have only 10 minutes, and I try to explain in these 10 minutes these ideas. The idea to share with you is artificial intelligence is here. Artificial intelligence will work with probably with all our facets of work, and we must to work in it, to learn, to use, and to touch. Okay. The first idea, the first item we are using is in our archive. RTVE has an archive about 2 million of pieces of content. Then this archive we use every day. If you want to find someone in the archive in the morning for the use in the journal in the midday, you will have only 15 minutes to find the image. You can understand that our archive must be very structured. We want to look for this content, and the system must find this content. If this content is in an hour, the system can tell you, okay, the person we are looking for is in the minute 34 or 40 and is speaking about this item. Okay, if you want to have these contents absolutely structured, you need someone to look this content and to write what is happening in this content, to write in this minute who is in the image, who is saying these people in the image. And I think it's very difficult because in this moment in RTVE, in my company, we put in the archive about 200 hours every day. And to do this metadata is very impossible. Well, we are working the systems who can metadata automatically our contents. We start 3 years ago with la Universidad Carlos III de Madrid, and in this moment we are metadatating for 40,000 hours, and the system is working, and every year will work better than the later year, okay? And I think in 5 years, maybe 100% of this content will be automatically metadated. My friends is working, verifying this process, checking this process, and validating this process. This process is not fully automatically. We need the people to do the quality control and the check, okay? This is working. Another one, we are subtitling automatically the contents we broadcast in Spain. We broadcast every day a journal of 20 minutes. It's about each region. We have 17 different news every day at 12 o'clock in the midday, and we are subtitling using artificial intelligence and open 17 different agents, because the agent is subtitling in Galicia is not the same the agent is subtitling in Andalusia. And in this moment, we are starting to subtitling in the centers we have working in two lingua. For instance, in Galicia, we speak in Gaelic or we speak in Spanish, and the system must recognize what language we are speaking and must assign the correct agent in this time. This is also working. We are using also artificial intelligence, in this case, a generative artificial intelligence, because in the last elections in Spain, the local, and also in the last general elections, we are producing the contents for towns with less than 1,000 inhabitants. It's very difficult for a company like RTVE, as a public company, to produce these contents for these towns the day of the elections, because in Spain there is about 4,500 small cities with less than 1,000 inhabitants, and it's very difficult for the company to have enough people to produce these contents this day of the elections. And we are worked for 3 years, and we push it in the system, and we published the contents in the last 2 elections, the local in general. And we are producing text, we are producing graphics, we are producing also audio, and the idea is not produce a short. The idea, for instance, I was born in a small city in the Pyrenees. Near my city is a small city named Talarn. We want to produce the contents for Talarn. It's a city of 400 inhabitants, with the same profundity, with the same amount that you produce for the capital of the province, for Lérida. And we produce this content in order what has happened, possible agreements, participation, and so on. And we are produced and broadcasted these contents in the last elections. We are also copying the voices of some of our journalists and trying to produce automatically contents. This kind of contents, we produce the text, we produce the broadcast, we do the mix, and we put into the system in order to be broadcasted. I have a sample. I hope you can hear.
La municipales en Madarcos con el 44,19% de los votos.
La formación popular ha recibido 19 votos de sus vecinos, por lo que se ha convertido en la fuerza más votada, seguida.
Okay, it's pieces with 2 voices, with no problem. We have produced this day 30,000 pieces between 3 o'clock in the afternoon and 12 o'clock in the midnight. Okay, it's quite impossible. It's not fully automatically, because this kind of contents, the text, is a text that we want, is a text from a public television with the respect, with the language, with the style of the public television. And we are start with our journalists training the system again and again, 10 times, 20 times, using information of the ancient elections, putting this information on the system is writing, and we are, okay, this text is not correct, we must change this one, and we are producing this content, okay? Excuse me. Another use of artificial intelligence is working in this moment. We are analyzing in our programs of actuality the minutes we are speaking about the Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible. I don't know the name in English.
Sustainable
goals. Yes. And we, every month, we publish an information about, in this program, we speak at about 10 minutes about the objective 1, or the 5, or the 12. We are separating the objective. This is published in a web named www.RTVE 2030, and you can see how many minutes we are speaking of each one of the ODS. Okay, we are shared this development with our colleagues of the EBU, and they are trying to use this in this moment. We analyze also automatically the contents in order to know how many minutes in each month we have in the language of sickness in our 24-hour channel. With a radio program, we are producing an avatar. The idea is not to produce an avatar. The idea is to have a team in the company who use ChatGPT for arrange the text, to use cloned voices, to use an avatar from Stable Diffusion of a Midjourney, and to learn to use this all together. And this is working in Radio 3. We have also a tool for the journalists who help them to verify the contents, to verify the videos, to verify the voices, to verify, to analyze and to archive. Okay, this is working. It's part of a project with a European project named Iberes. And all these projects is not, all these projects some of these projects has been awarded. In this case, in Amsterdam, we have 2 awards. 1 award for the special project in the elections, and the other one is an award about the Pere, this avatar, okay? Well, the conclusion is artificial intelligence is here, we must work. It's not difficult. By my idea is trying to use in our companies, trying to use in bubbles and an islet, with people who like to innovate and this work to expand into the company. But it is working, and we need to use this one. It is all for me. Thank you for your attention. I have it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pere, for these interesting cases that you have shared with us. By the way, you have mentioned the EBU is also interested in one of your success cases. EBU is member of the EIT Culture and Creativity, so that's somehow a way to say that innovation is as well in the core of these broadcasting companies and public radio television enterprises. So now let's move to another side of this triangle. Let's move to the pure technological side. That's why we have today here with us Jorge Garcia. Jorge is a project manager at Fundación Tecnalia Research and Innovation. which is also a member of the EIT Culture and Creativity. And he manages projects in the field of digital cultures and digital social innovation. He has also large experience in participating in EU-funded projects, and he will explain us how at Tecnalia they are just, I'm not going to say the word, I will leave it to you, so how they use beep to enhance creativity. So,
okay,
Jorge.
thank you, Joan. Thank you for the introduction. Even though I'm coming from a technological center, as you say, I have to say that my profile or my background is not that tech, I would say. I come in more from the human side, and it's my field of interest, I have to say. Okay, so let's go to the presentation. Good. When Aurea asked me to make a presentation here, she asked me to talk about virtual reality, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence crossing borders, right? And I'll try to stick to that title as much as possible, and I hope I can make it. As Joan said, I'm going to talk about how, from Tecnalia, we, let's say, leverage on these technologies to cross borders to other sectors and to get to those maybe not so common sectors for the creativity world. Problems wanted. Okay, it's quite a bold statement. It's our aim, our claim at Tecnalia. And maybe it's a provocation, but it's quite true. We do like problems and we like challenges. And what we do is try to solve those problems that others have. How we do this? Well, as I said, we are good at solving those problems, and we do like them because we see the problems as an opportunity to do research, to help companies and institutions to compete and contribute towards the improvement of a society. You know already that we like problems, and you know that this is our aim, but who we are and how we solve those problems, okay? Tecnalia is the largest applied research technological development center in Spain. It's a European benchmark and is a member of the Basque Research and Technology Alliance. We do applied research in many different fields. We are 1,500 people, and we are a global organization. We like to say that we come from the Basque Country to the rest of the world. We have offices all over the world. Our mission is to transform technological research into prosperity. And as I said, we are quite a big organization. We are 1,500 people with more than 300 PhDs. And we are really working hard towards a gender-balanced organization, as you can see here. We have more than 30 nationalities working with us. So 1,500 people trying to solve problems is quite a big deal. Well, we do apply the research, and we work in many different fields. You can imagine being 1,500 people. I mean, maybe there's no sector in which we do not work or we do not research. And we do this through specialized technologies that go very deep and very much into details for certain specific issues. But we do also do this research through transversal technologies. That is the one that I'm going to talk about today, especially those that are in orange, in color, that are computer vision and visual interaction and artificial intelligence and big data. And what we are going to see today is how we implement those technologies in different fields. Basically, in our ISM, at Tecnalia, what we do, as I just said, is transfer knowledge into profit for companies and value for society. Okay, so let's go into what is the core of the presentation, that is how we see the creativity, and let's see also some of the problems that we saw that the different companies, organizations have, and that we could solve through creativity, through what we call visual technologies, extended reality technologies, and artificial intelligence. Okay. So we see the visual technologies at two different levels. Even though they are the two sides of the same coin. We work in visual for humans, and we work also in visual for machines. When it comes for visual for humans, our aim is to see beyond the reality around us. And we do this through, as I said, extended reality, which it's a combination of augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. So our approach for the visual for humans and for extended reality is very much about extended reality and perception. Our main aim, I don't want to go like super techie, but is to infer the position of the person, the device she or he uses with respect to a real object or with respect to a known environment in order to be able to locate, align extended reality content automatically. So we develop algorithms to understand the environment. We develop deep models also for image-based 6D pose recognition and estimation. And we also collect and compare point clouds for spatial and temporal persistent management of the extended reality content. Our challenge here basically is to run those models on the device. So it's what we are now very much focused on. Okay, so this is our approach, and we are going to see now some of the fields of application, like in which of those sectors we applied this extended reality. This is Worker 5.0, which is an asset, a solution that we have that we can adapt to any industry, and it has like different modules that we can implement. The module SMART is about the definition of georeferent virtual safety fences. It's about computer vision algorithms for external control of safe zones, in this case, an energy plant. And if you can see in the video, we do also have a module for augmented tutorials in which, through a web authoring tool, the company can create themselves augmented reality tutorials for guidance of technicians, for training of technicians in maintenance tasks. In Worker 5.0, we have another module, for example, that is augmented remote assistance, that it's a real-time video call enhanced with mixed reality, where a remote expert guides an operator in the field through digital annotations on the screen. We do also have the connected machine module, which is augmented reality at the service of the operator for monitoring machines and monitoring manufacturing lines. As I said, all these modules can be adapted to any industry. Another field in which we work also in extended reality is extended realities and the interaction with robotics. We have several solutions and several projects. For example, we can see here a digital twin of an industry plant with a robotic operation system connection. We have also hybrid robot-human interaction in a recycling plant where they do recycle with hazard elements, so it's important to have a robot doing so. And we have also human-robot collaboration to, let's say, operate a robot through haptic interaction and extended reality. Then, another field in which we work also with extended reality is cybersecurity, where we carry out immersive visualizations and also cyber hygiene scenario simulations. This is based also on the new approach for cybersecurity based on the human immune system. So we are taking that and we are taking it to cybersecurity. Okay, so that is in the visual for humans field, and we are working also in visual for machines, where we work more on artificial intelligence, right? Here, in this case, our aim is to make machines see what the human eyes does not see. Machines, basically cameras, I would say in this case. We work in deep learning models for biometrics, so for image classification, in this case, for example, for melanoma classifications. But we do also work in biometrics and as Pere showed us before, like image recognition and face recognition, for example, in this case for surveillance companies where they can establish safe zones and detect by biometrics humans or face detection or so ever, okay? We have to see here like someone coming to the safe zone, and then it will trigger like an alarm and blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. So you can see that our clients are like from many different fields and like super industrial and from healthcare as well, because we carry out this kind of open innovation strategy also with them. And this is crucial. This is precisely what I want to talk to you about today, like the potential that collaborating with these sectors has for the creativity sector, right? We've been talking about visual reality, augmented reality, and we see that these technologies are like super powerful and that can foster and trigger really good collaborations. We have seen examples of how can improve the training of operators, how can they create also much safer spaces for the workers, how can also make better decisions, doctors, for detecting melanoma, for example, or how can we improve the surveillance systems, right? So there is definitely an opportunity out there. They have needs, and we have to observe their context, have discussions, talk to them, because there is like a big opportunity for these technologies to improve their sectors. Finally, you can tell me, okay, Jorge, that's fine, but how can I get to those sectors? How can I talk to them? How can I get to know them better? Okay, there are many ways to do so. I'm going to tell you one of the ways that Tecnalia does it is we are here today for the kickoff of the Southwest Collocation Center of the AIT Culture and Creativity. And Tecnalia is a partner of it, but we are not only partners of that. We are also partners of the manufacturing AIT, of the energy AIT, of the raw materials, of climate. So we do have conversations with those innovation communities. And this is like the big opportunity and the potential that the AIT has in order to get to know each other. And as Bern was mentioned also this morning, if we can foster like cross-kick opportunities, that would be great for all of us to start crossing those borders and definitely trying to figure out which their problems are and try to solve them. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jorge, for these examples that you have shared with us. All of them supported by a high-tech basis, right? And now I want to make a couple of questions to both of you. Let's start by you, Jorge, because you were talking about different sectors: health, mobility, energy, manufacturing. In this sense, from your point of view, and with your knowledge of the CCSI sector, how can this sector, I mean the culture and creativity industry sector, can support or can generate or can contribute in this cross-border innovation, this cross-creativity and innovation?
Yeah. In a way, I think that I somehow summarized the answer in my last slide. I think that we definitely have to embrace the unknown, get to know the one that we are not familiar with, get to know those that we are not used to collaborate with, and have a conversation with them. We can showcase what our capacities, our knowledge, and they can tell us their problems, their needs. So I think that it's crucial to have those forums for getting to know each other, because sometimes we've been talking this morning also about that we are working in silos and we have to break those silos. So to me, it's a pity that Bern is not here, but I will encourage also Bern to somehow trying to boost those cross-kick initiatives, those cross-kick activities in which we from the creativity sector can get to know better the needs, the realities, the context of the different sectors. And in that way, they can also get to know better our potential, and we can definitely establish like potential collaborations, I would say.
Aha. In this sense, let me also share with the audience that Spain is at least up to date, is the single and unique member state that holds different CLCs from all the different EITs in the country. That's why we have a strong group working in the so-called cross-kick initiative. So it is quite usual to find events and workshops where people from different disciplines are mixed. From your point of view, Pere, what do you think? How the cultural and creative sector could overcome this wall and could participate and generate this cross-border innovation?
Yes, in my opinion, we must try to learn these new technologies at individual level, at company level, and to check. My advice for you is to start to use ChatGPT or start to use BART and go inside, try to learn what is coming from Microsoft with the, I don't remember the name, Copilot, okay? And in the creative area, working with Midjourney, with Stable Diffusion, trying to write automatically and trying to understand, to interiorize what is happening, where are we going? No? Because in my opinion, one idea is some people say the artificial intelligence will replace the people. I think it's not exactly agree. I think the people who will use artificial intelligence will replace the people who will not use this artificial intelligence. For instance, I'm very old. I remember when I started in the audiovisual sector, I arrived at the journalism room, and the people is working with type machine, is working with paper. And this year, we are coming from this kind of work into the PC, the tapes of video as we supply it by files, we are using archive. The number of people who is working, it's always the same, it's quite the same. What is changed is the performance of the people. And in this moment, I think it's impossible to think about a journalist who slept 20 years ago and awake today. They cannot work in the newsroom. I think we will happen the same 20 years from now if we are not working, trying to understand and breaking these barriers. No? Okay, it's my opinion.
You have pointed one. Thank you. You have pointed one issue, and it's related with artificial intelligence. What do you think? Do we need more control and more regulation on artificial intelligence in the culture and creative sector, or what will you assess to the legislator in this regard?
One idea I want to share with you is artificial intelligence is a lot of things, and there are some things that we practically don't need to regulate. For instance, if you are analyzing our contents, it's difficult to explain why you are regulating the analysis is not a sense. But in other areas, like for instance, the creative area, for instance, again, Midjourney is absorbing the knowledge about the art. Yeah. Is a lot of things to think about and to regulate about the rights, the creative people. In this idea, I think there are several things of artificial intelligence. Some ones I think we don't know to regulate, and some one probably we will regulate, but we must think about what is happening, what are doing. It's not so easy. We must work about this. Mm-hmm. Another thing is we are Spanish people and European people. I think we are regulation about everything. The steps, the cars, the doors. Is evident what will regulate artificial intelligence, in my opinion.
I couldn't agree more with you, Pere, in respect to embracing the technology, embracing artificial intelligence. It's funny because actually yesterday in our organization we were buying, I believe, 50 licenses of Copilot. We could see Copilot as a threat for us, But instead of seeing as a threat, we have to take the opportunity and learn from it and improve our coders and our software developers and try to make them understand that this is a tool for them, right? And yeah, definitely, my advice also would be to embrace, but I also believe that there's a need of some kind of regulation. Maybe not over-regulating, but definitely there is a risk for bias, there is a risk for discrimination, there is also some security or privacy issues as well that needs to be regulated, but there is also the risk to over-regulate and not unlock the full potential that this technology has. So we definitely have to let's say, keep the balance, right?
Yeah, I have a concept. In some kind of these tools learn about the things you want to teach. Okay, yeah. And this learning, it remains in our area, because it's the same that mail or that files we have, for instance, with Google or with Microsoft, is our files. Mm-hmm. We can only use we were defined. No, I think in some applications of the Copilot, mm-hmm. some applications of the Copilot will be universal. Okay, I agree with you. We must regulate, but if you are using the Copilot to learn about you, I think this is quite different in my opinion.
I must admit that I have heard many times ChatGPT, and I was not aware about the dangerous tool that it is at the end until my twins came and said, "Hey, Daddy, we are doing the homework using ChatGPT." Then I realized, oh my God, what's happening here? I will be even fired up from my home. We still have 1 minute, so just I open the door in case that somebody from the audience wants to ask anything to us.
20 seconds.
Mm-hmm. If not, I just want to thank again both Jorge and Pere for being here today. They are coming from abroad of Barcelona, but I know that they love Barcelona as well as I do. So thank you very much, Pere. Sorry, the slides will be available after the session, definitely. So don't worry about that. And let's move to the next session. So please give a big applause to Patricia, who is our master of ceremony today.
Thank you. Thank you, Joan. I kindly ask you to go to the mic station so that you can change the mics. And thank you so much for this discussion.